These giant channel catfish fight remarkably hard and are quickly becoming one of my favorite species to target in the springtime. Stick around to this video, cover a lot of tips, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and where to look. That way you guys can catch a giant fish like this yourselves. But this is without a doubt the greatest channel catfishing bite I've ever been on. We're doing some stuff a little bit different here today. I'm actually trophy hunting. And when I say that, I guess it's not really that different. Every time I go fishing, I'm looking for the biggest fish I can catch. But what's different about today is I've come to a trophy body of water that's known for producing some absolutely giant fish. I've been doing a ton of homework lately, and I've identified a few bodies of water that hold some huge fish. And this body of water that I'm at right now is known for giving up 30-pound channel catfish. And if I can get one of those from shore, that'd be amazing. Now, I'm kind of going blind a little bit. I've never fished this body of water before myself. I don't know anybody that's fished it personally, so I'm just kind of trying to take the patterns that I know for springtime in my home waters and trying to implement it here, and hopefully I can find a fish off those patterns. Oh yeah, there's a fish on this. Feels like a good one too. Oh my god. Stud. Oh my gosh. That's a channel catfish. Alright. Here's catfish number one. A really, really dark one, but a solid fish nonetheless. He's got a huge head, if you can see that. He's got a big frame, but I don't think he's very heavy. He's kind of skinny. If this guy was filled out, he'd probably be close to 20. It's a really good start. He's missing a whisker, but other than that, he's a pretty cool fish. I'm gonna let him go, get baits back out here. We just got set up, and it's kind of nice that things are happening fast. I will certainly take it. Alright, kind of a mess. One more look at this big old fish. Huge head on this guy. Alright. I feel like I'm finally starting to catch my breath here after getting to this spot and catching that fish. I'm never going to complain about fast action, but it was a lot of work getting to this area. The spot that I wanted to fish here right now, I had to cross like probably 2 miles of wetland bog to get to it. And I was sinking up to my knees and up to my waist. That's actually why I'm in waders, but crossing terrain like that really shows you how out of shape a guy really is. But as soon as we got here, we got a catfish right away, and it was a pretty good one. So I'm hoping that's good signs and good things to come. I just don't have a ton of time to fish here. I'm probably gonna give it about an hour and a half. I'm not too eager to go back through all that gunk in the dark, but we'll do what we gotta do. We're chasing trophies, baby. All right, let's take this time to talk about locations and where we should think about setting up when targeting some of these bigger catfish in the spring. So during this season, the name of the game is warmer water. If you find warmer water, you're going to find all the fish. Now, obviously, the sun makes warmer water. The sun warms everything up. But in this season, the sun tends to sit in the southern part of the sky, resulting in the north shoreline receiving longer, more direct sunlight. There's not as many shadows on that bank, and as a result, that north shoreline warms up a lot faster. Everything else being equal, I'm going to always start out on the north side of the lake looking for that warm water during spring. Well, the next thing we need to consider is wind direction. And in the spring, wind makes a big difference for a couple different reasons. But as it relates to warmer water, what the wind is doing is it's taking that warmer surface water and pushing it to a windblown shoreline, consolidating that warmer water in a certain area, And as the wind pushes waves up on shore, that water near the shoreline is getting murkier. It's collecting sediments off the shore and just getting darker and dirtier. That dirtier colored water actually retains the sun's heat a lot better and is going to hold the heat longer into the night. So as a result, it's going to bring a lot more life to it. Now, if you have a windblown shoreline that's had the same direction wind for like 3+ days, you're also going to want to start looking there as a spot, because what it's going to do is it's going to push a lot of bait and food to that area as well. And as a result, it's going to consolidate some of the predatory species to look for that bait. The next thing we need to consider is actually the depth of the water in the spot that we're thinking about fishing, and the substrate, the lake bed bottom, what's below the surface. Now, obviously, shallow water is going to warm up faster than deeper water. It's a lot easier for the sun's energy and light to penetrate that shallow water and warm it up. But what's on the lake bed actually makes a huge difference. And in the spring, what you're looking for is a mucky bottom, because it retains a lot of that heat and holds the warmth throughout the night. Very similar to how when the water gets mucky and murky, the sediment in the water column holds the heat. Well, the muddy bottom does the same thing, but like times 10. It really does a really good job at holding the heat, so it brings in a lot of fish to that spot. All right, keeping all those things in mind, let's talk about where I chose to get set up on this fishing trip. What I've done here is I've drawn a map to illustrate the location, with hopefully not giving away the exact spot. And what we have here is the north side of the lake, so I know it's getting direct sunlight. And we have had consistent winds that have been blowing directly into this bay, so that's two good things in a row. It's a wind-blown shoreline on the north side of the lake. Now, the next thing I need to confirm was the depth. I was able to confirm I'm in a shallow bay by looking up contour maps online for this body of water. And the final thing I needed to confirm was, what was the bottom? I'm looking for a mucky bottom this time of year. I can confirm it's a mucky bottom because the section of the lake here is surrounded by marsh, and 9 times out of 10, what's on the shoreline translates what's below the surface of the water. Additionally, I can confirm that it's a muddy bottom because as I'm Google Mapsing this area looking for parking, I can see that this area is covered in lily pads during the warmer month periods. Lily pads are a great indicator that you're on a mucky bottom because they only grow in a muddy bottom. You're never going to have a lily pad grow on a rock. Well, coming back to the bank, you can clearly see I'm on a wind-blown shoreline with the winds coming directly into our face. Now, the winds pick up as a storm comes in closer later in the day, but that really turns the fish on, and the next hour and 46 minutes is perhaps some of the greatest channel catfishing I'll ever experience in my life. Now, I am a little bummed because the wind blew the camera over, and we missed the first half of the fight, but let's take a look at how this day unfolds for us.
I can't believe it. This one's probably 20 pounds. He might even be a little heavier than 20. He's a huge, huge catfish. I don't normally weigh my fish, but I brought a scale with me today, and I want to see what it actually is. So let's get that out here right now. Wow. 18.4 pounds. That's a big channel catfish. Will I get this one go? The big fish, I can't even talk. I'm gonna put this one back here right now because I got another one on the other line. I want to see if that one's even bigger than this guy. Unbelievable. There she goes. Next one up. On the little rod. Feels good. That's amazing too. Oh, this is crazy. This is still a really solid sized catfish, but it's nowhere near that first one we had of that double up. But the fact that you're catching 2 at a time is awesome. I'm gonna get this one back. I got no more baits in the water. So I gotta get some baits back, and then I'll tell you guys why we're at this spot. So awesome. out past the mud line. There she goes. Wow. Super windy. Tripod keeps coming over. This is a big fish. So big. Come on. That is unbelievable. Look at the size of these channel catfish. Wow. This one is probably my new PB. You hear him growling at us? Oh my gosh. That's a big fish. Every rod's gotten hit so far. I'm on edge, waiting for the next one to go down. That last one's an 18. This guy, 21. Oh my goodness. That is a 21-pound channel catfish. Look at the size of his head. And that belly, baby. Holy cow. That's a trophy. That's a trophy anywhere in the country. Wow. Yeah. Try and sit still here. That is a real trophy. We're gonna get this one back in the water. That is this is a really big channel catfish. Alright, there she goes. Can't deny that. Another one. We're doubled up again. We are on. Wow. That's a big fish. Get off that log. Stud. Leave that one there for a second. That is a huge channel catfish. Wow. Unbelievable. Like, look at this. Seeing the size? How's that for some big catfish doubles? These are some really big fish. Guys, a 17-pounder and an 18-pounder. Unbelievable. Well, we just got all 3 lines back in the water. It's pretty good. It's a ton of work getting them out here, but it's paying off. This is hands down the best channel catfishing I've ever experienced in my life. And it's just funny, like we were on the kayak earlier today and we didn't get a single bite. We went to so many different spots that look just like this. The only thing I can think of, it's just prefrontal right now. We got a huge wind right in our face. A ton of bait and stuff's getting blown right to us. And got a big storm on the horizon coming this way. So I wonder if that change in pressure isn't making the fish chew. Don't really care the reason. I'm just enjoying this. This is a day you're gonna look back on because it doesn't happen like this every day. It's just awesome.
Another one on.
That's what's taking drag. Wow. That one was a really big fish. He actually popped me off. But I still have my bait, so I'm gonna throw that back out there and try it for again. That one was big though. He was pulling drag off the reel. Crazy. Whew. It's getting pretty cold. The wind is really picked up. The lake looks like an ocean. We got white caps everywhere. And there's a really big storm coming this way. I see a wall of rain coming this way. Wow. All right. But the fishing is pretty good. I'm gonna stay out here for as long as I can. I definitely don't want to take a bite like this for granted. Probably gonna run out of bait. It's so sick. Far one. Far one just got hit. I don't think that there are any flathead catfish in this body of water, but this one's doing flathead things. He keeps flapping his tail on top of the water, and he's way more yellow than the other ones. Nope, just another big channel cat. Holy cow. Really, another big cat. Nice old butt head. Alright, let's go reel this guy in. Here's our next channel catfish. It's probably the smallest one of the day at 12 pounds. Kind of crazy that 12 pounds is the smallest one of the day, but he's a good fish too, very fat. It's funny to me how often they're coming through in like doubles and triples. There must be like one really big school and they're all swimming together. Well, I am absolutely loving this. Let's get some more baits out there and see how many more we can get. I'm not the biggest fan of these things, these little fish grips. It's hard for me to get it in the fish's mouth. It's way faster for me to just grab it. But I'll tell you what, this is saving a lot of skin on my hands. Lipping those things is crazy. Those big fish got some teeth. I tell you what. That wall of water is getting awfully close. I don't think we have very long. We'll see. We got another fish on, doubles. This was probably 15 pounds. Not too bad. It's actually starting to rain, so this is probably gonna be one of the last ones. But I've had a ton of fun today. We're gonna let this one go and go reel in that last fish. Let's change this angle so you can see what I'm gonna do here. Fish is all over the place. How big is this one? It's head shaking big. Oh my God, it's huge. Oh, I somehow kept my bait. That's great because we were really low on baits. I'm running out of things to say. It's just another giant catfish. I'm actually gonna hold this one. This big gremlin was nice enough to leave my bait so I can get one more cast out. I'm racing the storm. Hopefully I can get a few more before I get wet. but a big wall of water is on its way. We'll get this one back. I don't even know what I can't even talk anymore. I'm just having a good time. We're gonna walk him out past all the gunk. Oh, a lot of lightning. All right, well, we stayed out here as long as we could. I got a giant wall of water coming here. Not too worried about that, but there's a lot of lightning and thunder. And fishing with the 11-foot surf rod isn't probably the best idea in a lightning storm. But today was awesome. Best channel catfishing day I've ever had. Tons of big fish. Got my new PB, 21 pounds. And I'm just on cloud 9. I really appreciate you guys watching, especially if you made it this far. And hope to see you guys next time when we're back on the water catching even bigger fish. Until then.